Alright, so 2-minute Tanya tidbit for today. So in the previous day's Tanya, we explained that even somebody who's not able to create real feelings of love and fear for God in his heart is at least able to control his mind. Therefore, he could think about God's greatness, and that will also cause him to at least have an intellectual appreciation for God, which is enough to cause him to do the mitzvahs. And since it's enough to do the mitzvahs, it will also be considered like real love and fear, because that's at the end of the day what's causing him to do the mitzvah. In today's Tanya, Dr. Rebbe says that this is actually the ultimate purpose of why we were created. And this is actually the reason why we need to be able to have real love and fear. As it says in the pasuk, Hayom la'asesam. Today is the day to do things. Tomorrow you'll get the reward. But the main point of this world is to actually do the mitzvahs. So if you have enough of a love and fear, even if it's only intellectual, but it's causing you to do the actions of the mitzvahs, that's what's really demanded of you. So as long as you have that, you're set. And since every person is in control of their mind and heart, or not, even if they're not in control of their heart, but they're in control of their mind, they can think what they want, as the mind controls the heart, the left side of the heart, and the mouth, and the rest of the limbs of the body. So you could think about godliness, and you could cause yourself to do the Torah mitzvahs, so even a Beinoni who's not in control of his heart can always have at least enough feelings to serve God. The only exception to this rule is a real Rasha, as the Chachamim tell us that Rashayim Bershus Libam. Rashayim are in control of, or the hearts are in control of them. They're not in control of their hearts. And therefore, you're right, they don't have this natural tendency of the mind controlling the heart. Seemingly this disagrees with what we said before, that everybody has control of their heart. So the Alter Rebbe says, you're right, naturally a person has that. But these Rishayim were actually punished. That God took away that natural tendency for the mind to control the heart and made that instead the heart is in control of them. It's a punishment for the amount of sins and how terribly disconnected they are from God. If so, how can you say that it's very easily accessible for every single person to serve God if it's not easy for them? For these Rishayim, they're not able to start serving God and having feelings for God. And the Alter Rebbe says, you're right. And the pasuk's not referring to these Rishayim, as these Rishayim, even while they're alive, are considered dead. Since they're not able to be alive right now, they're not able to actively serve God right now, they're not considered alive, and the Torah is not talking to these people. The reason why they're not able to serve God right now is because there's a barrier separating between them and God. And so therefore, as long as they have their sins separating, there's an iron curtain separating between them and God. So they can't start serving God unless they really do a real tshuva on all those sins that they did in the past. When they do real tshuva, and they really have a broken heart and broken spirit, and they're willing to come connect to Hashem, Hashem will accept their tshuva and they'll be able to be reconnected with Him. But until then, they're not in control of their heart, and therefore they're not really expected, and the Torah is not saying that it's easy for them to easily serve God. And this is what it says in the Zayar, the idea that they can break this barrier through proper tshuva, as it says in the pasuk, Zivchei lekim ruach nishbara leiv nishbar v'nitka lekim leisivzeh, that with a broken spirit you can connect to God. Meaning when you have a broken spirit and a broken heart, that's a sacrifice to God. God will never say no to that. So when a person honestly asks Hashem to forgive him, the person can always reconnect to Hashem, as it's explained in Zayar over there. See you next time.